Two, one. Hello, one and all. Welcome back to another Monday night here at IR Bad Games, and we're back together again. It's been a while, been a
Woo.
week, but
It has, yeah.
Eric is back from his personal obligations, and we are back here again tonight
Yeah.
with our continuation of the house in Fata Morgana. It's been a little over a week here, and I know we left off on a pretty big cliffhanger. Well, I say cliffhanger. Do you recall where we were at, Eric?
It's been a very busy week. No, start, hum a few bars. I'll come in on the chorus, I guess. I
So,
feel like I'll pick up on it once you start.
oh yeah,
I'm sure I will. I'll
I'm sure you
remember.
will. But yeah, for those coming in or watching the stream tonight, we are uh, very deep into the House of Fata Morgana, chapter 7 of 8. So, nearing the end, and spoilers abound from here on. But when our last episode we were playing, we had finished up learning a bit about the witch Morgana's past, and upon completing that, we were thrown through one final door, as the witch said, to deal with a past that we, as Michelle, were yet to deal with, our own sordid family history. So we learned about
Right.
how the origin of Michelle and how that came to be, how Michelle was born the third child of the Bollinger family, and was sorely mistreated, or at least I don't say mistreated, but spent the first half of his life being treated as
Yeah,
the
like up until a point they were average, female
yeah
treatment, I feel like. uh not
uh
not great, but not especially terrible
you're right.
until I
And
guess puberty.
puberty, yeah, probably puberty, and how Michelle was coming into his own, and how his family was having a difficult time accepting that. We saw Michelle and how uh, kind of had his first crush on his brother's fiance, Amy, and
Right.
how that did not play out very well for him.
Yeah,
And
she sucks.
he does suck. And oh, we're just beginning to dive into how much Amy sucks, because when we last left off, um, being accused of being a demon and locked into his room, Michelle has been sort of tortured for the past couple of weeks, or
Yeah,
days.
like I don't know, a week, I don't remember,
Yeah,
some string of very long time to go without water.
yeah, water and food. And when we look, we were finishing off with Amy coming in and goes, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm the one who's going to be taking care of you now. This is going to be so much fun." And yeah, so that's where we're coming in,
And drink water out of the
out of the
carpet.
carpet. Yeah, all level
Like, oh
shit.
yeah, you haven't been getting any shit because I just decided not to.
Yeah, I decided to give it to the cat and not you or some shit.
I like, said I was gonna do it and then just didn't.
So
Great stuff.
yeah,
High class.
let's go ahead and dive back into this. And I believe you were taking the role of Amy. So if you want to
Oh shit.
reprise your, I think you're doing like a
Right.
Southern Amy, a Southern Belle kind of thing.
All right. This is going to be fun.
Listening to her deeply laughter, good plaything. My hell was having gotten
Oh yeah, general like heads up, trauma abound,
trauma abound. Yeah, we're
all sorts, all kinds.
yeah.
It's no holds barred.
We're nearing the end of the trauma, I think, but
I was
It's
gonna say,
definitely
yeah, it's like, oh right, yeah. It's not great. A lot of it sad.
Oh man. And gotten food and water, my body recovered some peak condition. Time badly malnourished. Amy continued to treat me like a pet, constantly stoking the rage within me. I was too weak to stay on my feet for long, and talking hurt my throat. I assume it was all a calculated effort on her part to maintain power over me, keep me as miserable as possible. She always had a smirk on her face, gazed down on me.
Come on, open up. Today I'm gonna feed you myself. What's the matter? I can't put anything in with your mouth closed. Or do you want to starve to death?
Amy, why are you doing this?
Why? Because it's fun. Why else?
You married into this family, you sick wench. What gives you the idea you could treat me?
Are you saying that because I married in that I'm of lesser stature than you? That's true, I am. But what's your point? You think you can intimidate me with formalities?
Amy,
Ew, I'd rather you not speak my name if you wouldn't mind.
doesn't excuse your treatment of me. Someone, Lydia or Georges, will make you pay for this.
You don't have a single friend here, Michelle. No one to take your side. No one to say a thing about me playing with you. Assuming you were somehow able to tell someone, no one would believe you.
It's a lie.
Do you have any idea what people say about you? They say you've gone mad, that you sold your soul to the devil. Do you honestly believe anyone would trust you?
I, I'm not mad.
No, you look plenty mad to me.
Ah, fine. Then I'll run away. I'll escape from this estate and from you.
You think you could survive out in the world with that body? A stray cat could lift more than you. You'd never find work. I'd give you a week at best.
Can't be sure of that. Maybe I could make it on my own.
Maybe. But either way, there's no way you'll get out. You try to run, someone might just cut your legs off. Jesus.
At all necessary.
I mean, you would not run away next time, I imagine,
Yeah.
is the logic. I'm not sure necessary is what I would describe that as, but oh god. Woof. But don't ask me. Maybe because your curse hasn't broken? You know, you're lucky that you're even allowed to live. Should be grateful for me to me for volunteering to take care of you. Nobody else wanted to have anything to do with it. So if you want to keep living, you have to show me some respect, and you have to do everything I tell you to. Understood?
This is the real you. You were just pretending to be respectable. When in reality, not only are you sleeping with Diddy, you're a downright vile woman. Been putting on an act ever since you got here.
Oh, you make it sound like I'm somehow worse than anyone else. I'm quite normal, thank you.
How's this normal?
Listen to me, Michelle. The side of me you see right now isn't necessarily the whole thing. The sweet girl I am for the family is also me. And when I held you in my arms, that too was me. I'm not putting on an act.
Liar.
Although, to tell you the truth, I never actually liked you, so that part was a lie, yes. If Mother hadn't asked, I would never have even considered getting friendly with you.
Amy!
You know, life as a noble woman is so dull. It's so restrictive. No room for love at all. So can you really blame me? This so happened to be the most wonderful night right there for the taking. Why shouldn't I have gone after him? I'm still young. Let me have some fun, you know? Not like women have much else in the way of recreation.
Wasn't Didier, but you who seduced him?
I mean, and it all would have worked out beautifully, too, if you had only kept your mouth shut.
Wasn't for those pesky kids and that meddling dog.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You ruined our family gathering and damaged my reputation. And you called me a whore. Ugh. That wasn't very nice, now was it? Any surprise I'm a little sore? You brought this on yourself, Michelle.
I brought this on myself? Don't you dare. Nothing justifies what you're doing to me. I'm not the disturbed one here. You're a crazy whore, and don't you try and pretend otherwise, damn you.
Oh my, such language. You're not being very nice to me, Michelle. Girls aren't supposed to talk that like that, you know.
I am not a girl.
Then what are you?
I'm I'm a man.
Man, with that body?
Amy quietly rose, grabbed me by the hair, and shoved me to the let go of me.
Yeah, you call yourself a man? You can't even get out of a girl's grip. Not at all that strong either. In fact, I'd say I'm rather weak. Just a small, powerless girl. If you were a man, you would have no problem breaking free, malnourished or otherwise. But you can't.
He traced the lines of my emaciated ribs with her traveling slowly. Slowly,
But even ignoring that, you're missing the most important part.
get off me! I tried to shove her aside with all the squeeze out of my arms, but as Amy said, all I could do was lie there.
Jesus.
Get off me! Groaning in anger, and finger came to a stop just above my neck. Looked up at me, and just as a wave of relief spread through me, shoved me back, jumped up, slammed her foot between my legs. I shuddered as the pain jolted up. Ah! Amy looked down on me, and screamed. Ah! Smirk spreading across.
Oh my, does that hurt? There's a surprise. Even without boy parts, it still hurts.
Stop, please. And she didn't stop stepping on me at all. I'm begging
Jesus
you,
Christ.
stop, please. Dug her toes into my flesh.
What are you exactly, Michelle? Jesus. From the feel of it, you don't quite have the proper girl parts either.
Amy, please. On top of the physical pain, unbearable humiliation and shame corroded the way of my spirit.
What a strange creature you are.
Up! I could have died right then and there. Honestly, emotional hell. She.
You should take a look at yourself in the mirror, Michelle. You're crying, sobbing like a sad little girl. Not much of a boy, are you? Jesus. Fuck. And you lusted after me with this body? Seriously. You're disgusting. I can't believe you actually had the gall to fall for me.
Amy's abuse was, as she had promised, feed me every day. But her arrival brought nothing but anguish. Every day she chipped away more of my spirit. But I hadn't succumbed to anger. About a week after Amy started caring,
Have you been a good girl, Michelle? I brought you your supper. I'll set it right here for you. What's the matter, Michelle? Your food's right there. Oh, it's storming hard here. It's going to get cold. Sorry if you guys hear lightning sounds. Go on, eat. But no using your hands. Crawl over and use your mouth. Come on, eat. Or would you rather I fed you? What was that? You have something to say? I can't understand a word you're saying, Michelle. If you would eat, you'd have enough strength to talk.
tell you,
Huh?
I'm going to kill you, Amy. That was, I believe, the first time in my life I felt a sheer, overpowering desire. I wanted to see her dead. With my hands and legs tied up, I lurched for her. And like the dog she wanted me so badly to be, I chomped down on her.
Ah.
The taste of someone else's blood was far more I felt like I was going to
Dude, this. Oh, she might be dead.
vomit. But I was determined to not let go of her wrist for gnaw through it to the bone and rip her in. She could beat me unconscious, and I still wouldn't let. She would have killed. She would have to kill me to get me off. I wanted her to feel the same I felt when she trampled on.
Let go.
My body never did what I wanted it to. I could swear my life I wouldn't release the arm. Amy's foot flew up into my emaciated. The pointed tip of her dug into my flesh like a collapse to the floor in a fit of convulsions. And just as I was about to cough up a mouthful of stomach acid, she rammed her foot into my abdomen a second time. Didn't even give me enough time to feet, let alone fight back. Again, again, and again, and again, again. My gut, my chest, legs, face.
What's wrong with you? Don't you get it? You're not the one in control here.
Imagine her like the Joker. What's wrong with you? Don't you get it?
For extra kicks for emphasis, every syllable. You should be thanking me. No, I
Ah!
can't. What you did to me that day was incredibly hurtful. Yeah, here I am, bringing you your food. Can you not see just how kind-hearted I am?
Off your high horse.
So why would you go and bite me? What would possess you to do such a
What could
thing?
possibly possess me?
Yeah, I can't even imagine. It's just inexplicable, really.
Gasping for breath, my away from me. I caught a glimpse of anger. When I did, a single word rose behind demon.
Isn't that something? You can't even stand up to a girl. I'm not that strong. I'm weak and frail. This is the first time I've ever kicked someone. I have absolute control over you, Michelle. Jesus. You understand that right now, right? You learned your lesson, didn't you?
Not an ounce of strength in me. My tongue and cheeks were torn up, mouth tasted of blood. Thinking herself weak and having days of physical violence, she knew no restraint. The ignorant can be so much more brutal and viciously relentless, seasoned. My vision had gone red, and I could hardly feel my own. There was a strange gurgling sound with every breath.
That's not good. You got a lung that's inflated.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that. Ah, jeez. What am I gonna do about this hand? She may still die from the infection, though. It hurts like crazy. You do not want to get bit by people.
No.
Oh, I know. Like bit by anything's bad, but tell everyone you finally lost it and tried to bite my hand off. They all feel so bad for me. I can just see the sad looks on Didier's and George's faces.
I will not.
You know your brothers have completely given up on you. A deranged sister is nothing but trouble. You know what you are, Michelle? You're a demon child.
Entity. I. No one come to my. Several times I did remember the time before my body had days or happiness kept me. I couldn't think it'll be the way then hadn't changed at all. So how are things up like? Michelle, oh Michelle, are you there? Oh come on, don't be like that. I have to need something. Good mood, so why wouldn't I be? It's a wonderful gloomy day out. And if it were out, but it's can't be outside for very long when it's not cloudy. So in our case, this is perfect weather. What do you say we go for a little stroll while we can? Dee's around today too. See if he's up for it. Be like old times. Been running around like headless chickens lately, so we haven't had much of a chance for a sip. We'll have Mom make us a lunch and then, ooh, we'll take a couple of horses up to the forest edge. And with that, if you are. You bet your bum I am, I asked after all. Now come on, let's go.
An outing, you say?
Yep. Hop on a couple of horses and head for the forest. I haven't done this in a while, so I figured, why not?
I see. Well, if Michelle's coming, I see no reason to say no. Let's set off right away.
Whoa, slow down there. Saying you wouldn't go if it was just me? Michelle or nothing?
Like Nerf, right? Yeah, of course. Why on earth would I want to go horse riding alone with you? I'd rather drown myself. Christ.
Lagasp!
Jesus Christ.
Lydia, could I perhaps request?
Go on, let's hear it.
Brains.
That's all, by all means. I'll be there behind you to make sure nothing happens, so have at it. But do be warned, my horse is a bit temperamental. If you're not gentle, he'll start getting moody with you. I doubt that'll be a problem for you, though, Michelle.
Hey, whoa, slow down, guys.
Look at that, Michelle. You're just still fumbling around all the way back there.
Going a bit too.
No, you're fine. That you were able to get past that so quickly is proof of your talent.
Finally caught up.
Oh, sorry.
This isn't a race, you know. Why can't we enjoy the scenery? Indulge in some nice pathos.
Warrior and his horse need not of pathos. Isn't that right, Michelle?
Certainly is, yeah. Come on, you guys, be nice. My idea. You've really taken after old D, haven't you, Michelle? I, for one, would rather see you admiring flowers, dancing with butterflies, or gazing at a beautiful sunset, or enjoying poetry. More pathos, my dear sister. That's barbarism. Longsword, armor, and tales of heroic knights are so much more appealing. You've let him get his claws in too deep, Michelle. Oh dear, oh my! I'm going to have two meathead siblings before I know it.
What did you just call me?
Are you two? Why don't we stop here for a picnic? Seconded, my stomach's been rumbling up a storm. Took a few bites earlier because I was about to die back there.
I hope your horse throws you in a river.
Hey, so the other day, I brought a cat home. Cat? Yep. Speckled from head to tail and ugly as a witch's ass. I was going to keep it in my room, but when she saw, keep that filthy thing out of my house. There was something we could do about how much a clean freak she is.
Just try not to stress Mother too much. You're unpredictable enough as it is.
You think so? Well, then how about this? We'll keep it in the courtyard. I'd feed it on days when it's clear, and you could do it when it's clear. I bet he likes pastry.
I was just thinking about it, but like, yeah, feeding a cat, I don't think you'd have to worry about feeding a cat
Right.
too hard in many, like, they'll take care of that. They
Yeah.
got that covered. But like, you can't just go grab cat food. Like, it's a little more involved. Do you want to kill the cursed thing? I cannot approve of anyone taking care of animals who think that's a good idea.
Oh, pull the stick out of your ass, D. Life's all about experimentation. Live and learn.
Experiment on animals.
Well, if you're going to be like that, then how about you help out too? And keep an eye on us and make sure we don't do anything stupid.
What? Now you're trying to drag me into this.
Already done. You're in. It's settled.
Damn it, Georges.
Now we need to come up with a name. Have any ideas, Michelle? Uh, me? Not very often you get to give another living thing a name. Well, I guess you might have a few more chances down the road. Consider this practice. Something elegant and beautiful. You've got this. Uh,
Stephen. Now, George. Don't put so much pressure on her. You have a point, though. It is a good opportunity. Don't stress too much about it, Michelle. Just choose something you like.
um, cat was an ugly. Yep. One look and you'll be laughing so hard you can't breathe. All right then. Ugly Speckles.
It's an objectively bad name.
Uh, that's its name.
It would seem you do not have a future in the arts, Michelle.
Said it was ugly and speckled, George. I did, yes. You could have tried a little harder than that, though. But you know, why not? Ugly Speckles it is. Ha ha. It's actually kind of charming when you say it out loud.
Ugly Speckles.
Ugly Speckles.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
hang on.
I'm coming around to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
It is, though. It is quite something indeed. The more I think about it, the more I.
Not you too, did you? We should bring Ugly Speckles to our next outing. Sitting together beneath the
Mr.
clouds.
Ugly
Yeah,
Speckles.
that's the key missing part. Is the Mister.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Having lunch.
Or like JT's Ugly Speckles or somewhere in that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that we should. When Michelle's gotten a little bigger, let's do this again. The three of us and our ugly speckled cat.
You said it. We're all good friends here, after all.
Never been your friend now.
God, must you always be such a jerk?
Ugly Speckles.
Nothing but trouble. I think I've lost my mind. Demon child. Why do you not open this door for me and let me out? Things I said that day. Yes. You resent me too? Like Amy? What do you think about me now? Body really unusual? If I hadn't undergone the transformation I did, things still have been the way that we able to go out to that again and make silly, meaningless conversation. One laughing like this body hadn't changed the way. Even if that were the case, didn't girl. God descended from heaven and offered to change back. I've turned him down because inside wasn't a girl. Nightmare and hands there. As much as I loathed to admit it, terrified of her. Okay, I dreaded the sound of the door opening. However, if I were to block the door off with furniture, I would lose my only remaining lifeline. I had no choice in the matter.
It's time. It's time for supper, Michelle. I brought your favorite parsnips.
All back to when Giselle, all they had in the basement of the mansion was the old rotten parsnips.
And he does not like those.
Uh-uh.
That's right. Well, what the dogs didn't need of them anyway. But you don't mind, do you? I'm gonna cut your nails today, Michelle. I need you to stay very still. You wouldn't want my hands to slip. So make sure you do. So to make sure you do, I'm tying you up. This way you can't accidentally move. Here's your water, Michelle. It's murky. Oh, heavens me. I must have fetched it from the wash basin by
I'm
mistake.
telling you,
That's
Amy's
really
fucking
gross.
evil, dude.
That's a lot of shitty, but that's so fucking gross. It's supper time, Michelle. I brought you parsnips again. Don't worry, the dogs didn't have any of these. They didn't seem to be interested in eating them raw. What, you don't want any? Hmm. Then what am I going to do with these? You know, Michelle, you're such a disgrace. Cry for me, won't you? Beg for mercy. Look at you, all that pride, gone out the window. It's hilarious, I tell you.
Did everything imaginable, both physically, emotionally. To be honest, it was rather impressive, thick way, how she was able to come up with so many different ways to torment. And she knew precisely what caused me the most pain. My body and discrepancy was felt I was. She delighted in telling me, and sometimes in showing me, but I tried the things she did to me in detail. I could think of only one way to keep myself from breaking down. I completely stopped talking, stopped struggling. Then, one day, after about 6 months or she said, with a disinterested sigh,
I'm done.
and that was the last of it. By swallowing my pride and not resisting, I was able to escape from her grip. Once she was gone, the servants took over attending to me again. I was still imprisoned, but now there was a serenity in solitude. I didn't speak with anyone. I didn't make eye contact. I didn't do anything. I just lived. But even though I had peace, I feared aim. I trembled at the possibility that one day it might be her at the door. But above all, I despised the fact that I lived in such overwhelming self-loathing threatened to crush me. I had recurring nightmares about the things Amy had done to me. The wound she gave me did not heal. Worse, eating away at me day after day. Beginning to lose confidence in my own sanity, and wasn't no. The line between dream and reality blurred. I often found myself screaming, crying into the empty air, clawed at my skin, pulled out my hair, paced back and forth across the room, pounded at the door, yelling for help, screamed some more. It was the very image of pitiful, absolute wretched. Time I did, I'm sure there was someone on the other side of the door whispering about how poor Michelle had. Eventually, entirely, was a stormy night, my 16th year. I'd been confined for more than 2 years. Heavy rain pounded against the windows like thousands of little tears. Sitting quietly on my bed, suddenly there was a loud banging on the door.
Michelle, are you awake?
You aren't? Then hurry up and get awake. We've got big trouble.
Lower your damned voice.
But I heard my brother's voices after so long I thought I was hallucinating. In 2 years they had never once come for me, no matter how hard I pounded on the door, no matter how many times I called for them. After all that time I didn't expect that to ever change. I'd given up, assumed they had long since cast me. Unable to bring myself to say anything, I simply stared at the door. When there was another bam bam, The sound was half consumed by the crack of thunder, giving it an indescribably eerie.
Say something, Michelle.
Seriously, there's no time.
You can hear us in there, can't you? You're there, behind the door, aren't you?
Come on, just one word, Michelle. Moment, they see words. Probably because they almost did. Voice. But it was only a heartbeat, and then Didier spoke.
There's a carriage waiting outside. I'm gonna unlock the door so you can leave in it.
Because Dad's talking crazy.
Oh, sorry.
He's saying the Bollinger family has no need for a demon child. That you're a mark of shame on our name. He's going to have you executed.
George.
Father, it's me. Ed? Felt like the floor had fallen out from under me. Executed. Demon child. So he was saying didn't even deserve to live anymore? It's planned for tomorrow morning. We've only just found out ourselves, which is why... But why?
Why? Do you even need to ask? Because we're family. Something terrible has gone into Father.
Clenched my teeth, fighting back a bitter anger. But I couldn't keep all those emotions bottled up. A maelstrom of feelings I thought I had lost in my 2 years of imprisonment swirled up inside me, spilling from my lips. Why are you doing this now? If you really felt that way, then why didn't you come sooner? 2 years I spent locked in this room. Do you have any idea how I felt in that time? Any idea how hard I had to fight to endure? How many times I cried for your help? How hard I pounded on the door begging to be set free? Never. Not once did you come. Not even once.
Michelle.
I scare you, don't I? You think I've gone insane? I've lost my mind? I sold my soul to the devil, don't you? No, Michelle, we don't. Then why? Why didn't you come and set me free?
Michelle, no, we don't think you've lost your mind at all.
So you didn't see me then? You didn't want to face what I'd become? Tell me I'm wrong, did you, George? Left me here. Abandoned me for 2 whole years. Locked me away so you didn't have to see me. Sorry, I just, really busy with my art. Been getting a ton of commissions down at the court. And Diddy's a knight now, He's up to his neck in expeditions. He's on his 33rd one. I'm really sorry.
I cannot say that you are wrong. After what happened, I wasn't sure how I was supposed to act around you. I'm still not sure, even now. I knew I had to find the time to collect myself, but I kept putting it off. Vainly hoping time would take care of it all. And for that, I owe you an apology. But you need to understand, I do not agree with Father's decision. I do not want to lose you. I don't think you're a demon child. And George feels the same. Neither of us want to see you dead.
What he said, Michelle. There's not much time. We need to get you out of here. I bit down hard on my lower. Hard enough to... Was that... Start sobbing. If you don't get out of here, you're going to be killed. Not an angel sent for a demon child, then what? What on earth am I? What are you? You're...
Well, a Bollinger. Our family. And that's all there is to it. I pray you can forgive me for averting my eyes for so long.
And I trust. If the whole world says first, always be on my side. That you'll always be my brothers. Can I put my trust in you once more, dear George?
You absolutely can, Michelle. I swear to God on high.
I swear to the god of art.
Fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Please do I. Couldn't talk father out of it, could I?
I would rather you didn't try. He's not a man to change his mind. If you were to show up before him, he would likely draw his sword on you himself. It would destroy Mother. I'm sorry. We're not doing this only for you.
I'll go. Oh, thank goodness.
Carriage will take you to a mansion, Michelle. It's a property Father purchased some time ago. But due to rumors about the house, it's abandoned. No one wants to buy it from him either, so that's unlikely to change. It's the ideal place to keep you out of sight.
Rumors.
Well,
No point in keeping it a secret. He has a right to know. Oh, he said he.
Nice.
I say,
Totally suck.
yeah. I say a witch lives there. I think it's all just made up, personally. I went to check the place out, and there was no one there. It was a little dreary, to be sure.
I had hoped to have a better place arranged for you, but there wasn't enough time. This is only temporary, Michelle. I cannot say how long it will be, but Father will pass away eventually. When he does, George will inherit the estate, and that will mean you can return. So I ask that you hold out until that time.
Don't send me anywhere. I'm plain.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I will talk to Father to ensure he does not suspect anything.
We'll make this work, don't you worry. The long and short of it is, Dad simply wants you erased from the family.
Thanks for making it clear. George!
Sorry. I wasn't trying to be mean. But anywho, once I take over, we're in the clear. Be acknowledged as a Bollinger. Okay, then. Can I open the door now? What? You're still not ready? Have any clothing? Ah, right. You wouldn't, huh?
How tall are you now, Michelle?
Around same height as I think. You're taller than me? Damn.
Right, I'll bring you some of my clothes.
Well, I don't think I've ever heard you say thank you without putting up a fight, Michelle. Not true.
I'll be back soon. Get what you need together. Yeah, let me just gather all of my belongings. Of the many, many things that I have.
Yeah. Sitting in the carriage, waiting outside, listening to the pitter-patter of the rain, I gazed out at my... I hadn't seen them in 2 years, but they hardly looked any different than... I was the only one who had changed, and dramatically, that. Looking at them, I couldn't help but remember the old days. Playing chess with Didier, learning to draw from George, our sibling outings. However, the ominous sound of thunder crashing in the distance drowned out.
The mansion is several days' travel from here. Hopefully, the carriage isn't too uncomfortable. I will send a package with any supplies you need once a month: food, clothing, and something to pass the time. If there's anything you want, Michelle, just tell me now. Or you can have a servant pass the message on to me.
Um, wait, I can think of one thing. I'd like a chess set.
All right, I'll have one made.
Rather have. That'd be possible.
Are you sure you want that beaten old thing? All right, then. I'll include it in the first delivery.
I'll send you something too, Michelle. Anything you want, just tell me. Art tools. Nowhere near. They don't have to be anything special. Gotcha. So some canvas and how about some charcoal? And when you're back, I want to see what you've made with it. Okay?
I know this is already odd enough on you, Michelle, but I need to ask you to do something for me. Avoid making contact with anyone who does.
Right out there, Eric. You good?
Did it not come through?
It came through, but you cut off at the end there. I didn't know if you lost internet or not.
Okay. No.
Seem to be good now though.
Okay.
I can't. One but the servants.
Put simply, yes. Tomorrow the world will consider you dead. So we cannot have people finding out you're actually alive. Especially Father. Please, do this for me.
I've lost interest myself.
Right.
Does anyone else know I'm alive?
Yes, Mother knows. In fact, this was her idea.
Yes. She loves you, Michelle. She really does. Mom just, is having a little trouble facing the truth. So even though she's not here to see you off, I guarantee you she doesn't want to see you dead. She wants to have you in her life.
I expect Mother will be writing you. So please, take the time to write her back. She's a troubled woman, but her love for you is true and unwavering. Will you do that?
Just a quick little, hey, got your letter, doing great. It'll suffice. Just so you know, it kills me indeed that we can't send up to Dad. But as long as he lives, his word is God in this house. Well, you never know. He could be gone quicker than you expect. Weeks from now, and bam, he's dead as Dee's social life.
Is there not an ounce of respect in your body?
Oh, give me a break. I'm upset. He's gone way too far. And once he's dragged his ass off to the great beyond, anything goes. Surprise! Michelle's was alive the whole time. Until then, we'll take care of things here. Tomorrow's going to be the performance of our lives. Crying like a couple of old big babies and laughing our tails off inside.
You'll forgive me if I have trouble trusting that loose tongue of yours.
I'm not stupid. I know this is important. Not even Amy will suspect a thing. Yeah, not even she can know. It's gonna crush her, I'm sure, but the less people who know, the better. Before she said her name, my whole body went cold. It's been a year and a half since every last detail of it remained carved into my mind and body. There was no way she would be even slightly sad. She might act it, certainly, by the news. It seemed George had still yet to see what lay beneath. I know you two were close. Are you worried about how this might affect her? She cared for you for about 6 months, didn't she? When you wouldn't let the servants in? From what I hear, you got real close to dying in there. You wouldn't even eat unless she was there. Who the hell told you that? What? Is that not what happened?
Something happened between you two, Michelle.
Amy didn't do a damn. I tell them. I can't put what I went through into words. Only worsen my shame. Especially not in front of my brothers. How are things between you and Amy? Still letting what happened 2 years ago get to you? But I mean, at the time, things were a total disaster. I'm all excited about getting myself a pretty little wife, only to find out she's rocking the boat with someone else. I cried for weeks.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Deep down, though, she ain't actually a bad girl. She's young, kids make mistakes. And after it all came out, she turned over a new leaf. She started doting on me. Something serious, and well, it's hard not to let one little mistake like that go when she's trying so hard to make up with me. The age excuse doesn't work for Dee, though. For about a year, things went really rough between us. I didn't even want to look at him. But at the end of the day, we're family. We can get past anything. Besides, because you let the cat out of the bag, that gave me something to hold over Dee. All things considered, I'm not complaining. Like, bygones be bygones, George, I guess. So you're happy then, George? Sure would, yep. Believe it or not, I'm kind of head over heels for her. Hard not to like a girl like Amy. Oh. Do you really feel that bad about 2 years ago? So she's thawed around George and Didier. No one else knows he's actually a sadistic, cackling. Nothing less trustworthy in the world. One who's always smiling. And see, that, I think, is why he was so distrustful of Giselle. Because she was always smiling.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
But if he thinks he's happy, can't take that away from him. Michelle? Oh, right. Yes. I do feel guilty about the way I lost control.
It happens to everyone. In fact, you could do a little more shouting and fussing. Then you could.
Because I have underdeveloped social skills.
You heard that?
You've got one hell of a nasty streak, aren't you? Glad to hear. Good term. Wasn't my intention to against each other.
You know, blame falls on my shoulders. I want you to know something, Michelle. Though your transformation was too much for mother and father to accept, with enough time, everything will go back to the way it was before, just like it did for myself and George. None of this is your fault. It was all unfortunate timing.
God's a little bit of a jerk, too.
Try not to forget I am a knight, George. In time. Speaking of which, we don't have much left. I'm going to tell the coachman to set off, okay?
Did you?
Yeah.
Tell me the truth. Will the three of us ever meet again?
Why would you ever ask that? Of course we will.
Not a chance of letting this be our last family get together. Last question.
Yeah.
Am I
Do it.
brother? But I mean, look at you. Don't look like much of a sister to me. So yeah, I'd say you are. I see. So long then.
Farewell. And may good health bless you until we meet again.
Until then, Michelle. Farewell. Before seeing me off for good, they both gave me strong, firm hugs. Lydia first, then George. The warmth I felt in their arms, in my family's arms, slowly spread through my chilled body, which made it that much more difficult to part ways. The wheels of the carriage rattled against the wet stone paved road. I stuck my head out the window, watching as they shrunk into the distance, standing there in the rain until they were completely out of sight. The tightness filled my breast. Every glimmer of hope I had for my new life was matched by an equal degree of darkness and uncertainty. Would I ever make it back home? And if I did, would people still call me a demon child? Having the right mother was another uncomfortable weight on my soul. The thought of having to play a girl for her made me sick. George had acted like it would be nothing, but it wasn't that easy. More than mere pretend. Didier had said that with time things would change. How could he be certain? Changes would be for the better. Wooden wheels turned. Away. That cursed mansion. Next thing I know, darkness cuffs my hand. Movement. Images of the past I'd kept buried away for so long. This isn't how I wanted it. Not coming from my own mouth, but being laid bare for all those who wanted her to about my painful history. I warned you, my dear. I told you didn't want to reclaim your old self. If you had simply let it be, you wouldn't be here now to relive it all. Now, do you understand? The tale I spun behind the fourth door was as much for you as it was for her. The fourth door was the one where the white-haired girl was the one in the mansion and not Giselle, I believe. Yeah.
Right.
There you were a young man with a sad fate, but you met a wonderful woman, fell in love with her, and then died in the arms of tragedy. The sequence of events is not far from the truth, but I was able to something enchanting and beautiful. I got rid of all the nasty little details. Your ugliness, your body troubles, all of that. Doesn't it seem a bit unfair, Michelle? You tore down the walls around Giselle's heart, around her past, but you wanted to keep your own nice and safe and hidden away. She has every right to be upset. You were afraid she wouldn't accept you, were you not? And that's precisely what happened. But can you honestly blame her? Truth you kept hidden away is not something most would be able to accept. The prince who came riding in to save her. Silence! Wasn't actually a man. Enough. I've seen enough. Let it stay buried, please. Stop this. I don't want to see it. I don't want anything to do with it. What a sad little creature you are, my dear. Not a woman in the world would have any interest in you now. You've surrounded yourself with layer upon layer of walls, covered yourself with this patchwork, barely held together quilt of masks. The only thing keeping you together. You're the frailest one of all, the weakest. And it's about time you accepted that and stopped trying to fight it. Weak. Oh, is that so? Let's proceed with the tale then, shall we? Face the one you hate the most in this world. Self. Oh, weakness. You're ugly. Face it in despair. Ah. Don't. Again. Once again, my own desires, my own wishes are completely erased. Past sprawls out before me once more, and the witch is exactly right. I despised the man I was then, teeming with vain hope, and I would rather pretend that part of me never existed. But I have no choice. I'm dragged back into the life I once lived, pleas for mercy, fading into. I couldn't remember how it's been since I'd been on the road for some time now. I'd long since left the paved roads behind, carried rock down the rough dirt. Hours I peered through the. Eventually, fog.
Right back again.
What's that? Oh, eventually, fog settled over the area, making it difficult to turn night from day. We made our way through the dark. Beyond them, like the world fading into a dream, a mansion. All the windows were shuttered, boarded, encasing. In a way, felt like all I had done was move from one prison, to a larger one. Briefly, I thought they had possibly concealed to keep seeing me in. But my coming here was a very recent development. More likely, then, the house had been in this condition when quite the piece of property my father had found himself. I wondered if he had been swindled by its previous owner. It was a gloomy, uninviting place. Here, to be fair, the coachman left my luggage outside the door, gave me an bell, and then went on his way. I was entirely alone. I spent some time just staring out at the forest, but naturally, found there. So I quietly turned around. Mansion. Fuck. Barely even see my own feet. Briefly, I considered trying to unshutter a window or two, but ended up deciding the less inviting the place looked, the easier it would be to avoid contact with the outside world, as Didier had recommended. Standing there in the darkness for gradually accustomed to the lack of light, while it was hardly ideal, was sufficient to take a look. The inside didn't seem to have received the same care as the outside, dusty, many years stay. But wasn't in a clean mood. So I dug through my luggage for a bundle of candles, lighting one with a flint and glass window. Examining the large room I found myself in, I came across a stained glass window depicting an angel, archangel, after whom I had been named, looked solemnly down upon me. Two columns of evenly spaced pews, all facing the multicolored window. I set the candlestick podium at some sort, which is when I realized a flat length of silver, bent in the middle, was mounted to the pulpit's face. When I saw it, I knew exactly what it used to be. A cross. Pews weren't facing the stained glass. Cross. Why, though? felt as though the mansion had been built around the chapel rather than the opposite. I was perplexed as to why anyone would do that. But of course, there was no one around. Curiosity. Taking the candlestick back in hand, I made my way beyond the pulpit. And the first thing he did was go to the tower. Jesus. There sat a small metal door. I pressed one hand against the cool surface and my heart leapt. It was normally cold. So the door itself seemed perfectly normal and inexplicable anxiety. A very unusual. My instincts told me I should stay far, far away. And my heart told me it was a duty to stay on. Mind back there. A few moments hesitation, I decided to act in opposition to my instinct. Looking, long spiral stairs. The wooden stairs stretched so high I couldn't tell where they. As if being pushed forward by some unhuman force, I mounted this. About a third or fourth
Wooden
of
stairs in this one. I just realized they were stone before, right?
Oh yeah, maybe
not.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
By the third or fourth loop, soft light began peeking into the tower through regularly spaced. Through one such window, I gazed outside. Far off in the distance, beyond the seemingly endless ocean of trees, village. Bears. It had been quite some time since I had exerted myself this much. Hardly had any opportunity locked away in the chambers. But every step I took, I could hear my joints creak. I was long since out of breath, only fall. Ugh, fucking stupid. This is pitiful. Damn it. But turning back never occurred to me. I had to keep. And it was that feeling of necessity that pushed my exhausted body. By the time I reached the top, I was practically gasping for air. Sweat streamed down my forehead. I wiped it aside, turning my gaze toward yet another door. But unlike the first, a tangle of rope covered the layers upon layers.
Me when I have to come up from smoking a cigarette on my third floor apartment.
Layers upon layers of it, making it in its intent and abundantly clear. Nothing shall come in or out. It didn't look like it had been placed there recently either. Much of it was rotted through. Curiosity, I grabbed at the coil and yanked. Rope snapped in several places, chunks falling limply to the floor.
You have broken the binding.
Yeah, Michelle let her out. That wasn't enough to that wasn't enough to allow the door to open, though. People only sealed doors like this. And if I knew any better, was smarter, I would have left it shut.
Ghost. Yeah.
Largely because they didn't want or couldn't allow others to see what they did to me. So of course he's
real shit, though.
For a few moments, I felt as though I was looking down at myself from my body. If it hadn't been this man, someone else standing back at this, acting as though nothing was there, or would they have done as I did? Ground my teeth, a mix of annoyance and bitterness rushing through. I did not hesitate. I held the flame of the candle up to the wall of rope, careful not to set the blaze, slowly, carefully burning through them one by one. It was repetitive and time-consuming, but I persisted, wiping away sheets of sweat before it streamed into my. The sun was well on its way down before I finally managed to expose the door. Took a deep breath, looked up at it, gulped. Something indescribably chilling about it, and then pushed it open. barely noticeable breeze. A single ray of sunlight shone into the room, coming from a single window sitting high atop, cast a milky white patch of light on the hearth, revealing the fact that not which lived there saw.
Giselle.
I think the I think it's the remains of Morgana from
Ah, you're probably right. That's good. That's better.
yep, a skeleton, only one
Yeah.
cursed mansion, cursed man. It was like I was destined. I had no way of finding out who this belonged to, so I left it there, top of the tower, retreated into wondered how had the one armed had they felt locked in that room, staring up at that window. About the only thing they would have seen was the sky, occasional bird. Had they yearned for more light, come to despise it? Had they been some sort of wicked criminal in prison for wrongdoing? Prisoners necessary, having been branded with a non-existent curse, I couldn't help but vainly reaching out for.
Seems like you wouldn't be hiding them in your attic if there was a like super legit cause for whatever's going on there.
Constantly praying for rescue. Had gone through their mind as my brothers. Would I, years from now, by bone, wanted, alone, robbed of all hope when darkness to talk to, sunk its deeper corpse could be me in the George, did you really send? Or is this my grave? Put my faith in you. And I trust you when you say that everyone will happily accept me together again. Play chess, draw pictures. Nobody will be left out. I really wanted for people to accept me for who I was, to accept that I was a man. No, that I had grown to resemble. I had the heart of a man. I didn't want to cause anyone anguish. I didn't want to hate. I wished to be who I was. No, who I wanted to. Didn't want to be treated like I was different. That was asking too much. Please, wanted to have one person in my life who understood me. Pray that you can be that for me. Quietly in the mansion's all-encompassing darkness, I waited and hoped that the day might arrive and I could come out hiding. However, 1, 2, 3 years later, still not been free. Only my mother wrote me all her letters. She said the curse is broken. Come back home. When your curse is broken, I want you back in my. Your curse is broken. Everything will be back to normal. I wait expectantly. The day you are free of the terrible. The curse would never be broken. What I was now was what I was meant to be. All that time I'd spent as a girl, none of that was. Didier had said he didn't think I was cursed. My brothers didn't think I was a child. So no, curse would never be broken because there was no curse to break. I wasn't cursed at all. There was no damage. The flow of time eroded away at me, slowly killing any confidence, sucking me dry of all trust for others. But enough time, I started questioning my own beliefs. Started thinking that perhaps I was cursed. like they had at the Bollinger instead. The servant who came by every month did his best to avoid making up. Beyond just bringing me food, he was also checking in on me, making sure. And every month, he probably went back and told me my curse had still not been. I see, Father, heaven, you do. Please tell me what I am. If I truly am cursed, tell me about how my soul much. I spent enough time alone in that dark mansion to drive anyone mad. The more time that passed, the more I grew to question my worth as a self doubt and loathing take trekked up to the top of the observation. Sitting there on the hard floor, I placed my shoulder, hand. Okay, that's from the size of the bones. Whoever it was appeared to have been still have been young, and their life withered away. And I feel miserable. Must have been. Have your arm mercilessly severed. Have my pity, though. Alone shall on your death. Comforting. By pretending to pity someone who had had it worse than I was able to feel somewhat better about. Because if I was in a position to pity someone, then conversely, I wasn't pitied. I don't know if that tracks mathematically. Vainly.
Oh, but emotionally.
Yeah. Vainly, foolishly trying to convince myself of a lie. I spent hours, days alone in that town, holding the dry bones in my arm. Okay, Michelle, you're losing it. Now, there was a
Yeah.
sight to lend credence to my alleged madness.
Alleged? I mean, purported, reported, suspected.
Over time, the air in the mansion thickened, fog, fencing. Water pushed out all the air, following me up. Putrid mire, trapped at the bottom. Soon, I lost track of the only landmarks being the dates on Mother's. Before I knew it, 8 years. This I hadn't heard my voice in so long, I'd almost forgotten what it. There was a delivery that day, but it wasn't the servant. The servant was instead carrying a large rectangle. Shoving that in my hands, he said, "Regular supplies will be here in a couple of days." Presumably, he was afraid to spend any more time than necessary. But I didn't bother to say. I knew it was a waste. Not inclined to hold it against him. All I could reasonably do was sit back. As long as I kept my mouth shut by the candlelight and unwrapping the package. Then, if parchment inside the package, looking at it, couldn't tell what it was, aside from the fact that it was a portrait of a woman. I knew those brushstrokes very distinct. The woman depicted white hair. Flash, fresh jolt of the pain that had nearly faded away. Half a dozen needles. So much blood had spilt from those gouges I had long since lost any whole body froze. Blood in my veins came. Couldn't breathe. Drowning in a pool. I crouched down the letter. First line, as it did in all her court. My beloved daughter. Perhaps the reason you remain because you have forgotten what you so long you have spent in that. It's a little surprise you would lose. It is a little surprise you lose sight. How can you return to your true self? Do not remember. Ask George to paint, help you break. Or a beautiful young woman might. I presume you have already seen flowing white hair, skin like deep enchanting rain, the slender fingers, soft lips. Okay, mom, you're going a little deep here. It's not you when you. Is it not you when you were young? It is not you. Younger though. Instead, I had him imagine what you would look like now. Oh, that is what you would look like when your curse is. Isn't that wonderful? Imagine it. Envision yourself. Remember who you are. All your truth. Wait, looking as beautiful. My dear sweet. This is you. This is the real you. You are beautiful. I love you dearly. Awful fuss all those years. We can pretend none of that ever happened. Forget all about that dreadful thing. Come the girl you were meant to be, so we can once more be a happy. Waiting, forever waiting for. Ah, letter and hair, leaving the woman in the back at me. Her eyes seemed this that she was nothing more odd, laughing at, scoffing at anything but female, mocking me, stubbornly insisting. Pain in my chest swelled, spilling from my mouth in grunts and. Then, ah! I screamed from the bottom of my lungs. Most people would say I screamed from the top of my lungs. Anyway. Why? I yanked at my hair. Why, George? Slammed the painting against the floor. You said I could believe you. You swore to the god of art. You swore to the god of art.
Well, yes.
So why? Why would you do this to me? You said yourself that you didn't think I was cursed. You acknowledged me as your brother. You know this isn't me, so why? Why would you make this? I've been waiting for so long. Put my trust in you and Didier. I trusted you. Believed you would always support me. Is that all a lie? Deep down you really think I'm cursed, just like Mother. And that's why you haven't written to me. Why you haven't answered any of my letters. Did my faith get me? Why did you even help me escape? Is it all for show? Was my execution just a lie? An excuse for you to send me somewhere far away? Well, was it? Tell me, George. Tell me the truth. What about you, Didier? Where do you stand? Ah, this isn't real. My voice was getting hoarse. I didn't. Everything came spilling out of me, squeezed out by the water. The white-haired girl in the painting just back at me. I bit down on my lip as hard as I could. Metallic tape spread through my mouth, drops of blood trickled to the floor. Pulling the knife I used to open the monthly deliveries from my waistband. Gathering what. This isn't me! And slashed the woman's face with it. This isn't me. I am not this woman. I am a man. Carved into it. Not how I look. Everything I. Don't try to erase who I really am. Don't call me repulsive. Don't say I'm abomination. According to that smile, contempt surging from every flash. Woman isn't real. Wanted to curse the whole damn world. Every last thing, this wretched mire that had become my life. My brothers for going about their lives as I suffered here in the darkness. My delusional mother for refusing to accept who I was. My father for trying to have me killed. Amy for making me realize I was a man, and then for torturing me for coming out about it. Everyone. I didn't care anymore. I wanted everyone to wrong me, to suffer the same way I had. Oh, that line. Sounds like you're kind of getting in line with Morgana here. Yep.
I can make that happen.
A voice.
I can curse them for you, my dear.
Woman's voice, muffled, like there were several walls between. Who's there? I swiped up my candlestick, thrusting it forward to the sides behind me. There was no one else around.
Give it a little thought. It's not that difficult. And when you figure it out, come to me. I've been waiting for so long for someone with such hatred for the world.
Supposed to know who you are.
How could you not, my dear? You visited me, held me in your arms, whispered, poor child. Forget.
What? No. Not possible. I finally, truly have lost my mind.
If that's what you believe, that. But the way I see it, if you had truly lost your, wouldn't be pain.
Voice, still muffled and unclear, seemed to be far away. Very close by.
Find your way to me. Open the door once more. Let me out of my cage. Give me.
I knew in the back of my mind that this was all absurd. But nonetheless, I let myself be drawn in. Pleasant with the archangel stood proudly upon. His gaze almost seemed judgmental. But I marched for the tower on.
For so long I've been waiting for the day someone would truly set me. Arrived at this house, I felt the hands of fate had said here, you are meant to come. You've been through so much to get here. I know your pain. Those locked up, to be tortured and used for others' gain. You were the only one ever. You were the day it. I'll do this. You can give me life, and you can resurrect me. Now, open the door. Michelle.
Felt like I was no longer. Her voice was tender in ways enticingly. Standing at the top of the observation tower, opened the door. All with a ray of light shining through them. Nothing else. Oh, skeleton's gone.
Thank you. Opening.
Empty. Skeleton, which as long as I vanished. Spun around, my gaze darting back and forth across the chamber. Voice with
You gave me the chance to have my revenge. Now I can make those men suffer a hell even worse than the one they put. Constant, everlasting air. Their flesh may turn to dust. So long as their souls live on, their torture will know no end.
the tenderness in her voice crumbled away, leaving only the raw loathing behind. She then let out a half-muffled cackle. Who are you?
Oh, you poor dear. I locked you up in here without even telling you whose house it was. Sad, pathetic thing. Oh, that's exactly the...
You're not the witch, are you?
That I am. I am the cursed witch who loathes this puny, wretched world. Curses. And my name is Morgana.
And the witch was not a legend. So,
If you don't believe me, I'd be happy to show you. Let's see. I could place a curse on someone you have a grudge against. Drag them down into the dark abyss. You are the one who granted me freedom. Sympathized with, pitied me, appreciated me. You have embraced my filthy corpse. That I will grant you. Wishes can come true, Michelle. Much
I
the,
prefer traditional genie protocol for
Yeah.
wishes.
much the
Give
same
me a
way,
lamp any day.
right?
much the same way I was able to come back to life. If you remain steadfast in your desire for devotion and yearning are the fountain from which miracles spring. I cannot leave the mansions, but that is but a minor. Tell me who you wish to curse. I can force the cross you were made to bear onto them. Believe in my powers to perform, because you made my miracle. Tell me, my dear, who will be your second brother who made that ridiculous painting? Shall we kill him? He deserves at least that. He brought you more than enough pain. But if you would rather, you could curse your mother instead, or the woman who set you upon this path. Perhaps you would prefer your father. With him gone, you could return home. Ask, and I will perform a miracle for you.
I think she was lying. As ridiculous as the whole affair sounded, skeleton had appeared from the tower, and I was hearing a disembodied voice. But beyond that, the voice seemed to have a sort of magnetism. If magic truly did exist in this world, then her words were laced with power in her voice, something that repelled any out the thing. So I, on the verge of losing my grasp on reason altogether, believed every word the witch wanted. First, my brothers, mother, father, and the witch was saying I could do precisely that.
What will it be, my dear? There is no price. I don't require a sacrifice or a dark ritual to perform my magic. I simply wish to show my gratitude. I want you to have that which you desire. Who do you want me to curse?
Witch's sweet whispers hung in the air for the. All the muscles in my body tensed. I felt woozy, like the floor was wobbling, but it took everything I had not to fall. Did I want to?
Oh, and you are welcome to choose more than one. I mean, this is a smorgasbord. You know, whatever you want. All of them, even.
I could curse them. The witch would kill my family. No one would know that I had been born.
Why don't you become the new head of the estate?
I curse. Would I kill? Didier, George, mother, father, all of them? They had
Have your revenge.
I mean, Amy and Dad, work your way around from there.
black butterfly fluttered across the room. Stared absently. Dozens of memories attached to my. Today we're family. We could get past anything.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Been a while, I know.
Time. Everything will go back to the way it was before. Just like it did for myself and George.
But I think about them. Abandoned. Left me in that room for 2 years. And left me here for 8 more. Don't care whether I'm alive or dead. Why should I?
Have you made up your mind? Then tell me, my dear, who will it be? Who will you curse?
Bodies hit the floor.
I cannot curse anyone, Morgana.
Surely you jest. I know just how much you wish to see them dead. I felt all your hatred, your and you mean to tell me you can't curse them?
Struck me this just now, that I can't do that to family. I cannot curse my own family.
This is the family that cast you aside, labeled you cursed, made you suffer for years, and then locked you away in this remote mansion. And they don't feel even the slightest bit remorseful about any of it.
I know they don't give the same weight to their words as I do. Figured that out long ago. I know I'm alone in my prayers, but they don't want the same things I do. That I trusted them more than they ever deserved.
So why, then, can you not curse them?
Because I don't want to hate them. I don't want to bring them suffering. On the contrary, I want them to be happy.
I have no place in that happiness, though. The happiness that rests upon your misfortune. Why, then, should you not drag them down so you can find respite for yourself?
Respite. I would find no respite by cursing them.
How can you be so sure of that, my dear? I most certainly found
Without even trying. Come on.
I mean, I most certainly found a great deal of it for myself. You're trying to follow your conscience. You can see that. But the good is superficial. All it does is shackle you. Remove the shackles and everything will be. Why not someone who isn't family, then? Really, I'm not picky. I want to kill someone. Surely you can think of at least one person you'd like to see dead.
Most certainly can. I could kill her 12 times and it wouldn't be enough. Just because I would be happy with it doesn't mean there aren't people who would be sad to lose her. Remove any one person from that group and the whole thing could come crashing. All because I couldn't restrain my own hatred.
Your concern devour you.
Aware of that.
You aren't. You don't know that at all. The only reason you give them any consideration is because deep down you still have hope. But hope has a way of forsaking those who give it a home. You have a problem, and you need to take care of it before it kills you. You and I, we're not so different, you and I. While you may still care for your family now, time you will come to curse them. Consider that a warning, Belle. Your hatred, your curse is what brought me back to life. There is no getting around that. We do have plenty of time. No need to rush to a decision. I'll show you what it is you truly desire, deep, deep down. And I'll show you again and again until you finally acknowledge it.
Black butterfly hovering by the window. Witch's voice grew distant. Overwhelmed. Lapses of. Had I really said what I did out of love for my family? Or was I just afraid of crossing that line? Was Morgana right? My heart now home to a terrible monster. If I actually had resurrected the witch with my hatred, maybe that was what I was now. Darkness over me. I was again encased in a. Slowly, ever so slowly, away at me, eroding me. If I didn't come up for air, I would offer. Cackling like a demon, I would place a curse on someone. I would kill them. Reviving her was a mistake I never should have made. And not for the greater good or anything so noble. No, every time she spoke, a little more my spirit died. From that day on, Morgana's voice became, curse them, kill them, curse them. She serenaded directly into. No matter where I hid or how deep I ears, her voice resounded directly in my head. Hearing an incessant stream of curses from a disembodied voice was so unreal, so unbelievable, that I felt as though I was being dragged away from the realm of humanity. There was an odd, unsettling magnetism, allowing her malevolence. It was downright torturous.
Curse them. Revile them. You really need to be in your right mind, honestly. Your fixation on holding on to your sanity is what's causing you so much anguish. Admit it. There's more darkness, more seething malice inside you than anyone else. That's why you were the one who resurrected me. Admit it. You do want to curse them, don't you? You do want to kill them, don't you?
No, I don't. I don't want that at all. I've told you this already.
You're so desperate. I admit. It can only mean that it's true. You would be able to maintain your calm if you
Not wish to kill Didier, or George, or Mother, or Father. I have no desire whatsoever to see them dead. Amy, though, maybe. Your constant babbling, messing with my head.
honest with yourself, Michelle. You do imagine what it would be like to hold their warm intestines on your hands, bending over their bodies.
No, I don't. That's not what I want.
Hi, Michelle. You've climbed the tower. You opened the door. You sought me.
No, I wasn't in control.
No, Michelle, you were.
Enough. I'm done listening to you.
Now, don't take your anger out on inanimate objects, Michelle. Do you even know where?
Oh, where are you?
I'm standing behind you. In front of you. Now I'm beside you.
Playing around with me, Morgana. Mocking me for your own amusement.
Not at all, my dear. Consider you are close. But I mock someone who
Close.
come to one. We are so very much. When you do, you will also know that I am the one person who truly understands you.
Enough. Enough, enough!
It all go. Curse it all with me. Despise it. Kill it. Make it suffer. Curse it.
Stop.
And where might you be going, Michelle? Always be by your side. Going to pray to God to exercise me. Now that's quite amusing, considering I am the child of. I'm not trying to hurt you, Harry.
Talking, please. Stop.
I want to say your misery.
Can't take it anymore. Please, just be quiet. Who's there? I am here to deliver your monthly package. Oh,
Sorry.
is something the matter? Open the door, and there's a servant at the ball entrance. He seemed to be quite perturbed by the sight of me. I must have looked terrible. Morgana's voice, her words, sapped her. A normal person, witch or spirit or demon, I knew good and well. The servant would never do anything to help me. He wouldn't believe a word I said. But at that point, humanity was enough for me to laugh. Please. Alden. Witch, she talks to me. Never stops talking. I'm begging you, please, get me out of here. Let me go back home in your carriage. Please let me go back. Witch's voice, it's killing me. It won't go away. I can't escape it. Please, I need your help. You're mad. Huh? You're crazy. This is what I didn't want this job. Having to deliver supplies to this damn cursed mansion. Having to get anywhere near the Bollinger's youngest child. No. No, I'm perfectly sane.
He sold your soul to the devil. So don't think I'm in the dark about that. Oh, I did no such thing. You're completely insane. I'm done with this damn job. Not worth all the riches in the world. Not if I met to have. Not if it means I have to be around a lunatic like you for even a minute. Not crazy. I'm perfectly sane. I'm not mad. Yeah. Your mind is far, far from sound. Won't hear it. Not mad, damn it. Not insane. I won't hear it. The witch spent nearly every waking moment of every day at my side, talking, talking, talking about how mean-spirited humans were, how ugly they were, how an endless loop of vitriol, and she never seemed every single day, on and on and on. She also made a point of reminding me about myself, everything I was trying to get away. Much as I fought to ignore her and not let the thing set in, slip past every wall I put up, warping around. Was no. Curse them, revile them. Remember the things they did to you. Close your eyes, vision it. Remember the scorn in their, the way their lips twisted as they laughed. Need only, and you can wipe away those reprehensible smells out of existence. Serious. Please stop this, Morgana. Please stop talking to me. I'm begging you. I seriously can't take it anymore. Oh, now why would you say that, my dear? It's just the two of us in this gloomy old house. I don't see what's wrong with a little conversation. Everything you say is eating away at me. I care for you. It helps set you free. Continue saying it. To hate the people who have wronged you. You don't deserve happiness. Someone who's always smiling. Someone who's certain to who values himself above all, will not hesitate to put others' lives in. Someone who covets wealth and power will sacrifice his family. These are the kind of people you once surrounded yourself. Repeatedly, that I will not curse anyone. Why must you be stubborn? You to say, why won't you just leave me be? Because I can't stand this. One word, you could be free of your pain. Because you insist on shackling yourself to the idea of family, you're making yourself miserable. Same type of person. Type who has the right to curse others. Regardless of what childhood you had or how much hatred is instilled in you, Michelle, or a cursed man named after you. Need to realize how twisted you are, and soon. You're normal? Tell me, what's normal about someone who happily embraces a skeleton? I mean, she's got a point there.
Line detected.
Tell me, what's normal about someone who hacks away at a girl's face with a knife?
A painting. It's
You're-
important.
You are not normal, and I will repeat it as many times as I have to. You need to accept that. Why must you hold so tight to your sanity? Why can't I break you? You just let go. You wouldn't have to suffer. No one is going to come and save you. The only thing that can save you anymore is your loathing. You're the same. I am nothing like you. I am not a witch. I'm not cursed. I'm human. I'm a human. Man. That body. Ugh. Let me tell you something. You should be quite. Do you know what some people say about people like you? Those who are neither male nor female? that they are like unto God. Indeed, you should have been worshipped for your divinity, but instead your family cursed. You are not human. When the second life was first breathed into you, your fate was decided. Wrong. If I really were wrong, you would not be here now. You would be back home with your family. Perhaps you would have a pretty little wife, living a normal, happy life together. You've long since strayed from that path. It's well out of sight now. Not. I'm human. I'm a person. Normal person. The youngest son of the Bollinger estate. I am an ordinary man. No one, not a single person believes. Not even the witch, willing to consider me human. Never mind my family. The archangel, who scared, looked down on me. The witch tried to drag me to her world. Past constantly ate away at me. Prison in this place for far too long. Nothing I could do about my body. All of those fine threatened to break me. Let out a scream and stumbled out of the room in a frenzy. Get out of that place. It didn't matter anymore. Hidden from leaving. Wanted out of all of it out of sight. They wouldn't let me come home, then I would run away. That's all I could do. Wanted to get my anywhere that might have the tiniest bit of light. Desperate. Someone, anyone, please, tell me I'm human. Tell me I'm a man. Anyone, please tell me I'm not cursed. Opened the front door. Ring light pierced into me. The world quickly went white. I couldn't see a thing, and then my arm began to burn beneath the sunlight. Oh. Ah. Ah. Black smoke rose from the sizzling flesh. What? Sickening stench filled the air. Ah. Excruciating pain quickly spread to the rest of my body.
He was a vampire all along. He knew it.
Water. Slammed the door shut, restoring the darkness. Gasping and groaning, I trudged back into the house in search of water. I'm sure the witch Morgana observed. I don't think you're in need of water. Take another look at yourself. What little light managed to play into the corridors to guide me. I stopping beneath the pale light shining. Ow! Burned. Back, my skin hadn't. Nothing wrong with me, as far as I could.
Psychotic break.
Uh-huh.
Got it.
Pain come from then? Think stench of burning flesh. This is your doing, isn't it, Morgana? Oh, what your experience happened to me sometimes of emotional distress. The mind and body are much more tightly linked. Your mind is far more damaged. Oh, poor thing. You have my sympathy, child. Collapsed onto the floor in front of me. Felt like the whole. Or perhaps the morphosing around me. I was completely and utterly cornered, and they left me with stop fighting. Harsh reality. Make everything so much easier. The whole world said I was the only one who tried to deny. The world's eye was something normal, regular, mad, curse, not human. I was. Male. Self a witch. Did, however, usual curse anyone willing to give up that piece of else I like a great deal of off me. Stop caring. Stopped wanting someone to accept me. Stopped wanting to run. Sunlight no longer caused me. I discarded my faith and my hope, building a shell of sin. And in time, my normal. And it to believe it was what I wanted. Tranquility filled onward. Witch's whispers no longer caused me act. Essentially, nothing of note happened. At one point, a man forest, but there is little more to be said. Nothing at all could have fireplace. I'd covered the stained glass window, clothes even dark age. Staring at the dancing flames, I was able to forget the past. Watching red and orange tongues back and forth outward from by the rage and hell of the thought of being conflict quite pleasant. But those visions never.
Tell me, what are you thinking? Do you still not want to curse them? Look at yourself, Michelle. Look at how you're living. You really want this? You ever thought about dying? Well, you like to die? That goddess. Taking one's own life is a sin now. Good, Michelle. In the right. I shall be there with you until the very end.
Honestly, part of me did desire. My mind and spirit are decayed. However, door opened, fluttered back into. You showed up. I had lost it all. First, quite well. I hated having hadn't met. Likelihood probably would have.
But you seem to me like a rather handsome man. I think I get what you're trying to say, but my mental image of a witch is definitely more of a woman. So you're not a witch. To tell you the truth, I don't know who might be here, which I didn't know who might be here, but which had me rather scared. But I think I can make this work. It's a pleasure to meet you, Master.
Of Giselle was, to be quite honest, naturally the witch who stoked the fire of my.
Why would you let that woman stay here? She came from the Bollinger estate. We both know how you feel about your family. Chase her out. Give her a little scare and she'll be gone within a day. If you'd rather not, I could always frighten her in your place. A rattling window here, a couple broken glasses there. All things like that to accentuate the eerie atmosphere. You're going to say anything.
Oh,
Now, don't be like that. I live here too, so why shouldn't I care? I am not fond of noisy people. Or sprightly women like that one. Something we could both agree on, isn't it? You don't like that woman, do you? The more a person smiles, the less. Though I hardly have to tell you that, don't I? Now, that's not very polite. It's none of your concern. I was merely offering to help you get rid of a pet. I'll get rid of that woman. First, I will find out what's. Then, go back to living. Very well. That pest has no place in your solitude. The world before you now is so much kinder, so much warmer than the one you used. Well, good luck then. And if you need a helping hand, don't hesitate to ask. Oh, and by the way, have you thought about cursing anyone lately? Oh, you've changed, my dear. I like you so much better like. I always hated how much you reeked of human. You were blessed with a part unto God. You were personally created by His. I could only dream of having what you, but you only wanted. Now, though, you act the part much better. A saint, resurrected by the closest living thing to a god. Perhaps this be considered a miracle. Morgana. Yes? Deranged, delusional woman. Why, thank you. I mean, say what you will about Morgana.
But what am I?
Say what you will about Morgana, but she knows who she is.
Right.
Giselle was a woman who smiled a great. Her jade eyes seemed to glimmer every time she made a new face. The more she smiled, the more vibrantly she spoke, the more suspicious I couldn't trust someone who smiled that much, especially not a woman. The way she kept friendly with me helped that a hard time believing. Couldn't help but think. Anyone who tried to get close to me had to have, like Amy. Perhaps my mystery, even 10 years later, flashes.
I believe the term is hypervigilance.
Yeah. It would take more than a few attempts at being nice for me to. Hiding something. Other. Could have. Or the wit. But I had conflated her. So I was unable to see where the truth lie. Only able to. Her, I put faith in mother. Fight mother. Never once doing the same to me. Let that. The witch. Dreadful. She lay with your father. The low merchant squirmed away into a. Your father had her back, unaware that she already lived. Could not tell where you can find it. Forgive your mother. Forgive me for delivering a witch. It's a ruthless word of your unwanted attention. The blade has been blessed with water to allow you to eradicate the all of my heart.
Oh my God.
Send this awful creature back to text. Storming that. Erratic claps of thunder rip fell out of. Look in her eyes kicked into motion. Emotions I thought I had lost. I knew that face. Because face had once been mine. I'd screamed with that same stare at the world.
Yes, finally, it's quiet again. I'm honestly surprised she stayed as long. No way, her tenacity. Not many would persist for so long in the face of such obvious disinterest. But you know, no one would try to get friendly with you without good reason. Information about you carries considerable weight outside the walls. They just act because I revealed her skin. If you think she was afraid of you, you're mistaken. That's how people behave when their sins are brought to light. Screaming though. Knocked my hand away. You're not gonna let a woman scream cloud your judgment, are you? A woman can make a weapon out of anything. Tears, a smile, fear. They sure recognize. Well, surely you aren't gonna fall for this. Just nothing, Mike. In fact, what perplexes me is why you didn't simply kill her when you had the chance. You afraid of the sight of blood? The blood of your tormentors has no more worth than that of a wild boar. You should have sliced her throat without a second thought. Although, I suppose that would have made quite the mess. Now, that makes more. You were not afraid of hurting her. Merely didn't want the burden of having to clean up afterward. Oh, very likely. Quiet. Oh, come on now. That woman's finally gone. It's back to just the two of us. You don't want to talk?
Silence, please.
Ish. I will celebrate your accomplishment. I imagine she's out there, half buried in the cold earth by now.
I mean, yeah, actually.
I would be if I had done as Mother said, killed you, or if out in the forest, come to the life fortune. But you coming back, being alive, blessing.
I'm done. I can't take it. I'm through with this whole world. You don't have any idea what I went through out there. How hard it was just to keep myself together.
I know very well how difficult for no one to leave you, no one to know far too well. Want to. You're done with this whole world. Too. Got to know nothing more. Us, like we had light felt. All this might. Following my. Well, I suppose that's not quite correct. It have been the first time having someone else around and it felt normal. It was something I was certain I would never have. Else, our time frivolous and empty. Our conversation. Never thought the day would come when someone would laugh at something, someone would smile at this, however trivial. They'll smile made me.
Oh, darn it, where'd you get off to? Are you here? Are you in the vase?
Racket. Matter.
Ah, master. Yes, a cat?
Huh? Cat?
A naughty little cat's been sneaking into the cellar the past few days, so I'm trying to catch him. If you happen to come across him, don't let him get away.
Autumn.
Well, I don't want to punish him. That'd be mean. If he insists on coming back, I think I'll take him in and teach him how to be a house cat. Are you not fond of cats, Master?
Don't mind them.
Then there you have it. I hope he doesn't take too long to warm up to us. Ooh, a name? That's a great idea. What should we call him then? You decide, Master.
All back.
Uh-huh.
Name.
Well, this is your house after all. So it's only right you'd be the one to choose. I don't know.
What?
Well, he's wild, so he's dirty, I guess. And he's kind of got some spots here and there. I'd say so, yeah.
Ugly speckles marked.
Jesus Christ. Name subject to change. Oh.
So this is where like I agree with you on a certain extent. Like, why would anyone living in the year 1000 ever name something Mark II?
Mark II, like that doesn't work.
That
That's
doesn't
not.
work.
I don't think that's a thing yet. I assume anyway.
But
I don't know.
I'm willing to look past it for the comedy, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. That's a name. Why on earth would you want to call something that? And what does Mark II even mean?
Be quiet.
It's on you if he runs away, Master. I'm not gonna be running around screaming Mark II. Okay.
What's that Kyron's character's name in Astronauts?
Yeah, that cat's Mark now. Give a shit.
My time with Giselle made a normal person out of me. Made me able to tell stupid jokes, to get frustrated. Eyes or I started showing actual emotion, or
Yes.
sparsely meaningless banter. Named something precious. My heart of stone began to soften. The world she created for me, that I had yearned for. Having lost half of it in prison, it was the first time I genuinely felt like I was.
Yeesh, you're not a kid, so don't be so picky. It's not good for you.
I have a
Real shit. You make a mockery of the culinary arts. I've heard quite enough, Master. Sounds like I'm gonna need to put your taste buds through some intense rehabilitation. How about this, Master? Play a game against me?
play chess with me. Master. Brother taught me.
Of course, if you're open to it. Doesn't have to end there. We can continue getting to know each other for years to come.
Did my best to desperately let go. Needed you. I can hear you just fine, my dear. Now, what brings you all the way up here? You know you can call me from anywhere in the house. Bonds to this tower have been broken. Conversation. Yeah. Place where we. Time for us to part ways. My desires haven't changed since our first. Be a person. To be a man? I'm with Giselle. I am that. Makes me into the person I always wanted to be. And now you wish to be rid of me so you can complete your descent into the realm of the unclean.
Came all the way up here just to tell me that? A needless formality. I'm sorry, Michelle, but we are kindred spirits, much as you may want to deny it. You can be second only to God, yet you spurn his gift. Nothing like a human, nothing more. I shall not condemn you for your unyielding resolve, but rather pity you for being so utterly blind. Allow me to make a prediction before I depart, Michelle, cursed namesake of an archangel. You may think you're making some sort of progress. The fact of the matter is, you've gone nowhere. Would that smile of Giselle's be able to withstand your secret? And no one can accept what you are, not even her. You will never be with anyone. No, Michelle, you don't understand. But you will soon enough. What you have is not true happiness. It's empty, naught but a masquerade. And when the night is over, the mask will come off. What if it isn't permanent? Isn't real? Being ephemeral make it worthless? Why can I not want something that doesn't last forever? First time I've ever found joy in my life. Those moments of happiness only serve the worse than the loss. The sweeter the honey, the more you despair when the pot runs dry. Or later, you will return to me, begging for my help. I have every intention of giving it to you. I will not hold this over you. But when you come to me, it will be in your time of your utmost despair. When your little paradise is finally coming crumbling down, you will become what I am. So I will take my leave aside in anticipation of that day. Until we meet again, my dear.
Oh, hello, Master. I was just looking for you. I heated up some wine and thought you might. Is something the matter?
Thank you.
No, it's nothing. All I did was warm it over the fire. Are you sure nothing is the matter?
Shouldn't be. Yes.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful news, Master. So, do you want me to go cook or?
Giselle seemed quite relieved. The witch would no longer be bothering me. I knew she didn't believe in the witch. What did matter was that, despite likely hadn't tried, treated me this. She never stopped smiling. That meant, with Morgana's voice, life started to approximate. In fact, I would probably have what the witch had said. Never be with anyone. I've been born into this body. I thought of it, what I'd gotten a taste of it. I'd started to develop a quick. I tried to tell me, caught up in the moment, feelings would pass in time. Emotions would stay by the fireplace. Thought that all I wanted to have you in my life. Thought that if we were friends, still be able to smile, you learn what I want. If we were merely friends, I would keep the things I felt inside. Point where all it would take was the slightest nudge for it to fire. convinced I had happiness, no right to any done for you. All I am thought that was possible.
Do you think that there's like a good stopping point coming up here, or
I think there is, yeah.
should we keep rolling? Okay. Honestly, it's no trouble. I mean it. You just took me by surprise. That's all. I am pleased. It doesn't matter how it turns out. You drew it for me, Master. Whether it's good or bad is irrelevant. I would. I would be happy with anything drawn for me by the man I love.
One word. I had long since fallen deeply.
Listen. Listen very carefully. I. I. I love you. I love you so much it feels like my heart is gonna explode.
Less, also knows nothing about the way color drained from your face. Thought that maybe the world did love me as together, change everything, walk a new. So
I'm in heaven. Oh, I'm so happy I could cry.
too, thought I was a love for you was surface lurked in despite saying want to hurt stuff, bubbled up in the warmth of your hands run, feel it burning inside, long for it, emotionally. Wished I could lay you down on my bed. Desires, wanted love to you. Fortunately, possible. Didn't have. How hard I try. Body lacks to pray. Long. I can wish all I want. Body. Pray. I have always known my true color. No way of becoming it. My heart has always known what I world refuses. Time I claim I'm normal. Five say I'm an abomination. Would it really have been too much? Born normal. Let me be who I truly am. Is that really? Things began to change when I learned my father and George would assume, be prepared. What he had said was true. I would be welcome back to the no longer be a demon child, but a member of the Bollinger family. Deep down, though, I couldn't complete 11 years in exile. No idea how they even remember a promise they had made so long ago. Fear that they wouldn't threaten, fear that they wouldn't consume me. Tell was often as mind at ease.
No matter where I go, you'll be there with me, Michelle. It's true. I am nervous not knowing what the future holds. but not in a scared something bad might happen kind of way. It's more of a jittery, excited anxiousness. I'm confident the two of us can overcome anything, no matter what obstacles may come our way. Together, we can create an even more wonderful future.
Believer, you would always be there with return to the estate and find the moment our lives together. We wanted to have, wanted to believe as much, wanted to believe I was gray, have a normal, rescued me from the depths of hell. Now I want, and
Dun dun dun.
you know what? I think we'll probably stop.
Okay.
One stop here. We are getting very close to this chapter, but
Gotcha.
we'll be back here tomorrow in
Whoop
conviction.
whoop.
The uh, Michelle's take budding relationship come tragic
Mm-hmm.
because we saw it from Giselle's perspective. Didn't see it.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Mm.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for us here tonight. Thank you for tuning in and enjoying this. Uh, Enjoyed it, have been sticking with us so far, and want to see it come to its conclusion. We are so very, very, very,
Hmm.
but notified when we join the Discord. Throw a buck or two away, hanging out does help, but very back here tomorrow night. Bye.
Bye bye.